Perfect. Okay. So this call is kind of a big deal. Okay. This call is one of my downline's newest diamond coaches, Nikki. And she is, if you ever have a chance to meet her, she is seriously a ball of energy. She is a spitfire. She tells it how it is. And she's also one of the kindest people I've met. And I'm so glad that I got to meet you and sit beside you and laugh with you at Summit this year. That was really fun. So I'm going to let you go because we have half an hour and I'm sure you can fill that up. So let's listen to Nikki and save your questions for the end.
All right. Hi, can everyone hear me okay? I am in the middle of nowhere using hotel internet. So if you can't hear me, just like wave furiously. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Nikki, but I also go by Kiki in case you're ever wondering about that name. AMQ refuses to call me that, but that is what most of my friends call me. So please, please, please feel free to call me that. So first of all, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and to Kirsten and Jen for letting me come on here. I am pumped and honored and all that good stuff. So I figured, first of all, for those of you who don't know me, I will give you guys a brief background, a little bit about my why and who I am. So I grew up as a dancer. I was always thin. I, however, had a terrible relationship with food. And because of the fact that I was dancing 5 days a week, I went to a performing arts high school. So for me, I was able to get away with eating so poorly. Like, I'm telling you, I ate a Michelina's pizza every single day for lunch. Like, that's how bad my food relationship was. So when I went to university and I stopped dancing every day and kept eating the same way, I ended up gaining 40 pounds in 4 years. And that was just devastating for me. Obviously, that was the heaviest I had ever been in my life, and I didn't realize it until it was too late. So came back home, got a personal trainer. I invested way too much money in one of those, but it worked. However, my relationship with food just kind of flipped. So I just stopped eating. And even still, I was only having, when I was eating like tomato soup and Cheerios. So let me tell you, this has been a godsend in my life to realize what good portions and food is, but I'm sure you guys all know that. So 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. And just after that, I met my partner, and he and I fell furiously in love, and I moved to the middle of nowhere in northern British Columbia, a little place called Kitimat, and now, from Toronto. So it's been a huge change for me. But I had my surgery, I had my thyroid removed, everything's great. So AMQ is my coach, and she came into my life. She probably approached me 6 times before I said yes. And it was just what I needed at the time, because when I moved to BC, northern BC, I didn't have any options for fitness. So that's what ended up happening. And I got great results with the 21-day fix. And I started coaching the next month, but only because AMQ told me that there was a free trip to New Orleans for Summit. So for me, I am definitely not your typical diamond coach success story. And if there's this is kind of hopefully going to impart some wisdom for any newer coaches to get there faster than I did. So I'll give you guys a little bit of a background into my coaching. I did sign up immediately as a discount coach. I saw the value in Shakeology. I took it to my doctor. She told me to never stop drinking it. She said it was the best thing that she had seen on the not So she told me to keep drinking it. And then I was like, okay, well, I need to get a discount on it. I was determined to get the Success Club trip, the Success Starter trip. And I did. And that's where I met Kristen and all these other lovely women. But for me, I think this should be a goal for any new coach. I think it is super easy to attain. and 3 people to help in the first 3 months, 3 people a month for the first 3 months should be a goal of yours, just so that even if you don't, because my goal after the first 3 months was to stop. So even if you aren't intending to do it afterwards, I suggest you just try, because for me, that's where I grew. And after the first 3 months and I got the trip, I was like, oh, I'm making extra money and this is covering my shake. And so for me, I really wanted to continue. And then I set a goal of, I was really enjoying the prizes that came along every month. And I was really driven by that success, the All-Star title. So next month will be that for me. And in December, I will be a Success Club 10 All-Star. Everything goes all right. So, but for me, like in the beginning, I only had that confidence to do Success Club 6. That was my goal. I thought, oh my God, there's no way I could do anything beyond that. And now here I am in December, I got my first Success Club 10, and I have been getting it every single month since. But there are 2 things that I kind of want to talk about in overall that limited me in the beginning. And then I'll talk about 3 actionable items for you to take to help grow your business. So first thing is that you need to set realistic goals and then work backwards. And I talked about this in a previous Success Clubbers video, so I'll try to be brief. But what I did at the beginning of the year in January is I set 2 specific goals. One was to hit Success Club 5, 6 out of 12 months. And another was to hit Success Club 10, 6 out of 12 months. Success Club 5 was my non-negotiable, but I wanted to hit Success Club 10, 6 out of 12 months. And then I wanted to get a coach 6 out of 12 months. But I also wanted to be Diamond by Summit. So if you can see, those 2 things don't really add up. And I didn't work backwards. So what you need to do is you need to take that big, hairy, scary goal that you have, and you need to say, okay, this is what I want to do. What do I need to do to achieve it? And so one of the PD books, I haven't read it, but I've been listening to podcasts about it, is the 12-week year and setting attainable goals. So you break everything down into a quarter. So what do you need to do in the first quarter, second quarter, etc., to get to your yearly goal? So for me now, I want to be a 3-star Diamond by Summit next year. So I have some big goals to achieve and now work backwards from. But obviously, like I said, I was never going to hit Diamond by setting the goal of hitting Diamond and then only recruiting 6 coaches. So the other thing is to believe that you can actually attain those things, because you can. And I have been doing this. I work a full-time job. I am literally in the middle of nowhere. If you want to have a fun day, Google Burns Lake, BC. I am sitting in a hotel room and working on my business. So the thing is that you have to believe that you can do this and just schedule time to do it. So that leads into my next thing, which is getting out of your own damn way, which is something I completely struggled with and still do struggle with from time to time, but it hasn't been as bad as it was before. I've grown a lot, and that's thanks to personal development. So obviously we all know to be doing PD, but really success is a mindset. And if you do not believe that you can achieve your goal, you won't. And so this might be a little hippy dippy for some people, but I am very spiritual. And so I am a firm believer in the law of attraction. And I do this by meditating, and I'm just going to show you guys or read out to you guys one of the things that I do. So if I were to lead a normal day where I would have time to do this every morning, this is what I would do to set up my mind and to be able to clear it, to set myself up for a successful day. So, just takes 10 minutes in the morning. It's not that hard, but it does take a lot of practice and work at it. So in the morning, what you're going to do is you're going to take 10 deep breaths, like inhaling, feeling it to your toes, and exhaling all of that stale air. You're going to do that 10 times. Breathe in like 5, hold it at the top for a second or two, breathe in 4 and breathe out 5. Make sure that your out is longer than your in, because that engages your parasympathetic nervous system. And once you've done this, you're going to probably feel like your body buzzing a little bit. That's good. And then what you're going to do is, you don't have to do this in putting your hand over your heart, but just concentrate on the things that you're grateful for. Think about a list of, 5 to 10 things that you are happy for, whether it's clean water, a roof over your head, your family. It doesn't have to be like super deep things, just anything that you are grateful for, the sun shining. After that, you're going to do what is called love energies. So you are going to picture yourself being loved. Like I said, I know this is a little hip dippy, but just picture yourself being loved and think about all the people who love you and who would miss you if you were gone. Your family, your friends, your dog, your cat, anyone like that. And then you're going to spend a couple minutes and give love. Send it out to the world. Send it to your parents, your boyfriend, Donald Trump. Lord knows he needs it. And then afterwards, you are going to manifest. So close your eyes, keep your head up, and like imagine your world. Imagine what your life would be like if you had all of the things you desire. Feel that. All right. So that is the best way. And then after that, I just kind of end with a couple mantras. So I know Lori Harder has one on the Earn Your Happy podcast, which is, I am happier, healthier, wealthier, and more fit than I was yesterday, which is a lovely one for all of us. But some of the affirmations that I wrote down, and I have to give a shout out to Ashley who helped me with this. One of them is that I am a money magnet. I attract money in abundance through various means and use it to do great things. Because I don't have a thyroid and I struggle a lot with energy, I am full of limitless energy. Even when I'm tired, I give everything I've got and then a little bit more. That really helps me with my business too. Third, I am a successful boss babe who attracts other women just like me who want to also build successful businesses. So those are just a couple examples. And then when I do this, it just kind of sets the tone for your day, sets you up for success. And I really feel that when you have that clear headspace, you are putting through to the universe what you want and attracting. You are like sending your message to the universe saying, this is what I want. And I swear to God, every time I do this, because I don't get to do it as often as I would like, but every time I do this, things flow more naturally to me. So you can take that for what it's worth. That is my little spiritual thing for this call. But the last thing that I want to say on this is that what you focus on, you create. It really is so true. And I am living proof of that because a couple years before I had my diagnosis, my biggest fear in life was getting cancer. And I focused on that so much. And so take it for what it's worth. I know cancer is super common nowadays, but I really do feel, not that I fully did it to myself, but I really focused on it and I was not surprised when that diagnosis came. So like I said, take it for what it's worth. These are my actionable items for you. So number 1, get to events. I know that this is something that a lot of people have issues with, mainly because of the price. But if I can offer you one piece of advice, it is to try. Start saving now. know that this is a tax write-off. This helps grow your business so much, because when I was at Summit, AMQ and I hosted a sneak peek for coaching, and I literally had probably 6 people message me that were interested in coaching, and 3 of them are now coaches of mine. But you just get to share in a very unique way and a different way than your day-to-day what you do. And you get to share what you're learning and why it's important and how many lives get to be changed because of this company. So, second is that you must educate people about the value of Shaco. This is, for me, how I convert my challengers to coaches. And I think it's very, like, in the beginning, I had more discount. Oh, can you guys hear me okay? I'm staticky. Okay. This is in the beginning how I started getting people, was just converting them to discount coaches. And then eventually some of them latch on to wanting to coach as a business or even as a hobby, just to get their Shakeology covered. But when you set people up, and this is something that I've recently been doing, is that it's so important to have these conversations with people about what their goals are. Because if there are certain people, one of my newest coaches, Alicia, she hadn't bought a challenge pack yet. She hadn't done anything, but her and I talked about her long-term fitness goals, and she knew that she just wanted to drink Shakeology. So we got her set up right away as a discount coach. And that is not something that I recommend doing for everyone, because you definitely will have if you're just trying to rank advance, that's going to backfire on you. But if you're really having those deep conversations with people about what their goals are and why they want to get involved with this in the first place, if Shakeology is something, like if they're nutrient deficient and they are looking for something, I have a girl who just became a coach of mine. She literally said that she wants to drink Shakeology because she doesn't like cooking. That is the reason why she is a discount coach, is because she now gets to not have to make breakfast. So, okay, so where am I? Here we go. The reason why I talked about the limiting beliefs before is because of the fact that I was petrified. I am a year and almost half coach. I started in July of 2016, and I sat at Emerald for almost a full year. So I was really scared to share the opportunity with people. And I don't even know why. It was just this thing that I had in my head. And I have never seen myself as a salesperson ever in this business. That was my main point of contention when AMQ had asked me to join. I was like, no, I'm not a salesperson. And I really did see it as helping people, because it helped me. So that is where I lead from. And I really think that we are not able to judge what another person needs, because every single person who has come to me, I would have never thought to approach them. So I've either thought they're too skinny, oh, they go to the gym all the time, whatever, like they don't need me. And so many of those people have come to me. So you are not someone to judge. You don't get to put your thoughts onto what other people need. And the same goes with coaching. You never know who is going to need that extra money. You don't get to say, oh no, they're introverted, they won't want that. Oh no, they don't really use social media, they're not going to coach. Like, let them decide for themselves. So, third actionable item, which comes off of Shakeology, is adding the value of Shaco in your challenge groups. You have to lead kick-ass challenge groups. And this is why from July until now, I am now a diamond coach, because pretty much for the first year, I was not running my own challenge groups. And that I kick myself in the ass for every day, because there are so many resources. I just wasn't confident enough. And there are so many resources and templates and people that you can ask about getting challenge groups set up and getting those templates. You can find them in the Coach Online office. And that's what I did. I did my very first free group in April, and I just used a template that I found in the back office for a free yoga group. And then I did not lead my second challenge group until July, when I went down to Summit. And I figured, you know what, it's been a year, it's time. And the reason why I think this all relates is because I wasn't converting AMQ and I run our challenge groups very differently. And it's not to say that mine is better or hers is better. It's just to say that when someone signs up with you as their coach, they expect you to lead them. So when I was adding people into Amanda's challenge groups, it wasn't me who they had invested in, it was her. So that is where I would just say, make sure that you are running groups. Please, even if you need to steal someone else's template, just start doing it, because this is where you will be able to find your coaches, because what you're going to do is you're going to breadcrumb all of this information in. So in the first week, in prep week, I talk about getting BOD set up, where you can find information on extra performance line stuff or the 3-day refresh. And then I talk about, in the very first week, I talk about Shakeology and why you want to sign up for it as a discount. I make it like a daily assignment. And there are so many resources about the value of Shakeology. There's YouTube videos. I make my challengers watch a 5 to 8 minute Shakeology video, but so many of them have said afterwards, oh my God, I didn't know it does all that. I didn't know all of that was in it. And immediately they are ready to sign up as coaches. And if they don't do it in the first challenge group, they'll do it in the second or third. So really, you have to make sure that you're disseminating that type of information. So that's pretty much all I've got. I will go back over, set realistic goals for yourself and work backwards. Get out of your own damn way. And the actionable items are get to events, Shakeology value, share, and lead kick-ass challenge groups. Does anyone have any questions? I'm quite impressed I did that with 5 minutes to spare.
That was so good, Nikki. Thank you so much. That was like every point just hit the nail on the head. That's awesome. And honestly, you guys, take advantage of these moments of being able to connect with people on our team one-on-one and actually talk to them. So if you have questions for her or about anything that she had to say, or if you want to just connect with her or someone else that you see on the call, take advantage of this time for sure.
I definitely have a question. Can
Yes.
you guys hear me? Awesome.
Yes.
So I have one coach and she's been good. She's been struggling a bit with personal stuff. So she hasn't been participating too much in our challenge group that I'm under. Well, Kirsten was in it, but she hurt her foot. Sad face. But I don't have any customers. So like, I feel like I should start a challenge group, but I've been working hard to try and get customers and invite them, and I just haven't had success yet, but I will. But should I start a challenge group and just be like, hey, does anybody want to join and just do my own thing? Or do I try and do something with my coach right now? I just don't know what direction.
My recommendation would be to reach out to people on the team. So this is what I didn't do, and I really should have, because I took way too long to run my own challenge group. So pardon me, I would say to reach out on the downline page and say, hey guys, I need to run a challenge group. If I get you guys into my group, would you be willing to do the daily assignments and participate? Because I found that my first group that I led, despite the fact that it was from a template and I kind of modified it to make it my own, there was no participation. But the next month when I ran one, I had other coaches in there. So as soon as the first coach shared their why, like I shared my why video, but as soon as the first coach shared their why video, then it just created this ripple effect. And then so many people were sharing their why videos and so many people were participating. It was like one of the best groups that I've ever run. So even if you don't have a ton of challengers, and this is part of the whole fake it till you make it look like you have a whole bunch of challengers, right? Even if it's like 5 to 10 people, I like those smaller groups because you get to call people out when they're not participating and saying, hey, where are you at? And it really allows you to give them that personalized attention. So, I mean, if you need me to come into a challenge group, I'd be more than willing to do that and help generate that activity.
Awesome. Thank you. And just a quick touch on the free challenge groups. I really like that idea because I feel like it'll get people going and get a taste for it, right? I'm struggling with, like, I'm looking on different things to find what kind of challenge group, and I really want to do a workout one, but I'm finding it hard. Like, I'm stuck in my mind. It's like, are people really going to sign up and put their credit card information to get this free challenge and do the workouts, and then they have to call and cancel after? Like, I feel like it's a bit of a hassle in the sense.
So what I do is I preface, I say, okay, so this is the deal. If you go ahead and you want to participate in the free group, it's 14 days. I say, but you're going to just have to put in your credit card information. The only reason why they do that is because if you don't cancel after the 14 days, they'll automatically bill you. I then go ahead and like tell them that I will personally give them a reminder the night before to cancel. So that is putting it on me. And, you know, I mean, they will go through and reimburse you if they do get charged and they don't want it. But hopefully by then you've been able to connect with them and been able to add that value to the challenge group to get them to convert. Okay. What I used to do was, back when we had the 30-day free trial, I hosted a 30-day free group. Please don't do that. It was so much energy, but I feel like what I did in 30 days, you can accomplish in 14 days, because you just have to find the large chunks. You have to breadcrumb Shakeology. I would do it probably like twice a week. And then you have to talk about the performance line and maybe even a 3-day refresh. Just like sprinkle it in there and just show the value in those products. But yeah, I did the 30-day one and it was exhausting. Luckily, I got Success Club that whole month because of that one group. So the whole next month. But yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Nikki.
You're welcome.
Anyone else want to hop in and ask a question? Okay, well, that is wonderful. We are pretty close to being done here. I think it's just so important, almost as important. Oh, we got our little warning here. So as important as getting to live events, I think these calls come in at a close second, because there's only so much that I can share and can share, or anyone can share in a downline group, but it's really impactful and it really promotes community and sisterhood by getting to do these calls together. So we're all spread across North America, so being able to connect is great. And I know I appreciate you guys spending your what is it, Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday evening with me and with Nikki and with the team. So that's wonderful. And it's hard to believe that we don't have a ton of time before the end of the year. Like, we're at like 96 days or something till the end of the year. So it's a matter of having a game plan, having a 3-month plan. What are you doing in October, November, and December? have a plan in your head. Are you going to run a continuous group those last 3 months? Are you going to do a program-based group in October? Like, are you going to focus on Shift Shop in October or PIO or whatever it may be? What is your focus going to be? I know some people were wanting to run Shakeology groups where they could get the Shakeology sampler pack and run not a free group, but kind of a different group where people learn the value of Shakeology and nutrition, and talk about cleaning up their coffee if they want to try cafe latte, and, you know, ditching Starbucks for a little while, or doing like the opposite of a pumpkin spice latte and actually get some nutrients in, and teach people how to make a healthy pumpkin spice latte with vanilla Shakeology and pumpkin puree. So there's a lot of different groups that you can run to generate income. You could do an energy group for Energize. You could do a performance line based group with the performance stack. So don't feel like you're restricted to just a challenge pack to generate income, because that's so narrow minded. There are so many people out there who need a wide variety of help and of products. So I think that's just get creative. And for me, I'm running this book club based on personal development because I'm hoping, this is my hope for that book club, that by the end of that group, because I need the accountability. I don't finish personal development books. I start a lot of personal development books. I don't finish many. So my goal personally, I was like, well, I want to finish a couple books in October. I'm like, well, why don't I run a free group? Because by the end of that group, you know how many of those people are going to be in a really good mindset to think that they can do anything they want to do, so that maybe when I approach them about coaching or about, you know, our groups or Team Full Heart or whatever it may be, that they might be in a place to say, yeah, actually, I'm amazing and I can do that. So think ahead, start getting a plan in place, and just have a piece of paper, October, November, December, and plan what you want to do, and get creative with it and brainstorm in the group. And that's what the groups are for. And say, hey, I kind of want to do something like this. Anyone want to partner up and do it with me? So just get the wheels turning and start thinking of something. Alrighty, guys, I won't keep you much longer. I guess if no one has questions, then I think we're done for the evening. Thank you so much. And thank you to Nikki for taking time out of your busy schedule to do this. Super valuable information.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was amazing. And then we will let you guys know later this week who our guest speaker is for next Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll let you guys know. But thank you again, and thank you to Nikki, and we'll see you guys next time.